Yep.
Yes, I can hear you
Okay,
real
loud and clear.
slow too.
Okay, cool.
And Joel?
Hi, I'm Joel Emile, the creator of the Helping Hand Show. To watch more Helping Hand shows, go to our website, helpinghandshows.com. That's Helping Hand Shows, SHOWS.com. And you can listen to our show on hamiltonradio.net. Also, I'm proud to announce that the new Helping Hand book is now available for sale on the website. It's a wonderful book to read. This Helping Hand show, it's called Last Strike.
Well, welcome, 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 welcome. It is I, your Uncle John, your host and narrator for Helping Hand. Glad to be back after a brief hiatus. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But I'm back, and that's what I have to do today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever. Hey, we've all heard that old saying, especially when it applies to baseball: three strikes and you're out. Well, this story is kind of about that. Now, no one's playing baseball here, just so we know. It's about life. Everyone's got good times, bad times, ups, downs, ebbs, flows. You know how it goes. That's just life. But getting up after bad times, sometimes it gets a little difficult. It's not undoable. It's not about how hard you're hit. It's about how hard you can be hit and get up and keep moving forward. Rocky said that, don't you know? Well, when we were kids, we were all probably asked. I know I was. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? Here's the thing. How many of us actually became that person or did that job? At one point, I wanted to be a professional race car driver. I got slot cars for my birthday when I was 4, and I loved them. Now, here's the thing. I have driven actual race cars twice. Open wheel Indy style cars once, and stock cars, actual stock cars down at North Carolina Motor Speedway, the Indy cars at Pocono. So I did that twice. I just didn't get paid for it. Also, I've always, and I still always have wanted to be a locomotive engineer, run the train. I still do. And I'm continuing to work on that one, by the way. And also, after a few years of playing and getting better at it, I wanted to be a professional football player. Yeah, well, that didn't work. I played semi pro, but again, not professional. Well, now, like the main character in this story, Bobby Jones, you know how it is. We find a job, we settle down into the job, we do the job, we get a lifestyle going. Oftentimes, there's marriage, or at least a real good positive relationship. And sometimes they come and go too. But again, that's life. And along with that, all the little life's happenings that go with it all. Now, some of us never give up on that thing that we always said we wanted to do when we grew up. Some of us just don't let it go, and they always want more and more. That's okay. But before we get into the meat of the story here, let me just quick remind you that, of course, our pal Joel Emile, the creator of every Helping Hand show. By the way, this is number 36. Yay, Joel. Um, Joel has published a book called Helping Hand. He just mentioned it a few moments ago. You can get it. It's a real nice book. It really is. You can get it now on helpinghandshows.com. Shows plural, helpinghandshows.com. It really is a great book. It's a really, really good read, and it makes an ideal gift. Listen, coming up, moms, dads, and grads. I'm just saying. So just head over to helpinghandshows.com, grab a copy, maybe two, get them as soon as you can. All right, now back to our story and our buddy Bobby. So nobody should ever give up on their dreams. Just don't. It's like we always say at the end of the show, or I always say, don't go, well, whoever fills in for me. Ryan, you probably said it last week if you filled in for me. Like we always say at the end of the show, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Just don't. Okay. Successful people, they've got passion for their dreams and they never stop chasing after them. No matter what age you are, pursuing whatever you want in life, really, it should never stop. Even when you give it all you've got and everything appears like it may be against you. Well, that could make some people want to give up and quit, but the allure of winning, the attaining that dream, that still remains alive. Ah, you know it. You've got that dream in your heart and your mind and your soul. I know you do. Okay, our main character, once again, Bobby Jones, he finally achieved his life dream after through a bunch of failures, not unlike Abe Lincoln, by the way. Um, a lot of failures in work, in business, in life, in love, but he became a very wealthy man. And that's when life happened. Becoming wealthy can have a lot of different meanings. You don't need money necessarily to be wealthy. You can live a life filled with much happiness, good health, many friends, fantastic family, and that's a very successful, rich life. Very positive. But in Bobby's case, he actually became rich. Believe it or not, he actually accidentally invested in some cryptocurrency, and an unknown kind of weird out there cryptocurrency. All of a sudden, it exploded. Value went through the roof, and his investment made him a millionaire and then some. Now, why did he invest in this particular kind of crypto coin? Get this. He did it because he liked the name. It's like betting a horse that wins, the trifecta because I like the name. Well, it worked. So since Bobby was a little boy, all he ever wanted is just to become filthy rich. His meaning of wealth always had something to do with money. And I really believe that a lot of us, silently or maybe not so silently, wish for the same thing. I know I've done that from time to time. And again, I bet you have too some point. Yeah. So here's what happens. Bobby gets together. He meets up with an old friend, Alex Lebron, to tell him about his good fortune.
Alex, I'm glad to see you. I need to speak to you about something crazy, but I wanted to meet you here at this restaurant because when we were kids, we always wanted to come here and eat. We never did because we never had enough money.
Yeah, well, how could we? This place is fancy and very expensive. I mean, honestly, it's a little rich for my blood. I'm surprised you wanted to have dinner here. I hope you got a lot of cash on you. Otherwise, we're going to be washing the dishes all night, man.
Listen, let's order whatever we want and not look at the menu prices. Don't you always wanted to do that? Didn't you always want to do that one time? I know I did. I always wished to order what I really wanted and not care if I could afford it or not. Just think how this is going to feel.
Yeah, well, it's going to feel pretty sad when we can't pay the bill, Bobby. What are we doing here, man? This ain't us. We grew up on the city streets eating pizza, dirty water dogs, man. We survived those days and didn't get into trouble like some of our other buddies. But, we just turned out to be average working guys. You still live in your mom's house when she left you. May she rest in peace. And I still live with my wife and kids in a second-floor apartment. So what are we doing here, Bobby?
We're living the good life, Alex. I know you would have never mentioned it, but I owe you lots of money. All throughout my life, you were there with that extra dollar I had always needed. And when I had those big losses playing poker, you paid off my debts. And you and your wife, Teresa, always had a hot meal waiting for me whenever I stopped by. These things you did for me are something I just can't forget. So I just wanted to say thank you, man, for being there for me. Listen, I want to go see Kathy Moores. Do you know where she's living now? I understand she had twin girls. What's her address? And don't worry, this dinner's on me. I got really lucky in the crypto market. I cashed out and made a lot of money. And here's this envelope. It's for you and Teresa. Tonight, you two can open it. Let's just say it's a gift from my heart. So what's Kathy's address?
Hello? Who's ringing my doorbell? Hello?
Kathy, it's me, Bobby Jones, Bobby from the old neighborhood.
Bobby, it's late. What are you doing here ringing my doorbell? Are you in trouble? Here, come inside.
Trouble? What do you think? These are the old days? I just had dinner with Alex Lebron, my best friend from growing up and all. He gave me your address, and I wanted to stop by before going home. Is that okay? Are you happy to see me? And I heard you had twins. They must be about 5 years old by now, right?
Yes, two beautiful girls, Stacy and Veronica. Real angels. That's what Billy wanted. He called me from Iraq the night before I had the girls and said, I love you, hun, and I hope you have a girl. Well, he was right. I had twin girls. How I wish every night he was still alive and could have seen them. That night after he called me, he went out on patrol and was killed. Why would that happen to him, Bobby? Why did they kill my husband and our girl's father? Why?
I don't know. You're a good woman, Kathy. I should have treated you better when we were dating. If we didn't break up, maybe today we would have been married and had kids. I thought about you a lot, but once you and Billy tied the knot, I just disappeared. I just knew he was the right guy for you.
Well, it's a good thing you did go. Billy loved me so much, and I loved him. And after you, I knew Billy was the kind of man I wanted. But I must say, you always made me laugh. That's why I stayed with you for all that time. You were so funny. I hope you still are.
Well, I'm still funny. In fact, I do stand-up comedy now and then. I love making people laugh. But I know it has been some years since we spoke, and this really feels good. I'm still living in my mom's house that she left me. I still work for the city. It's not my dream job, but the pay and benefits are good.
Bobby, what do you want? I know you didn't stop by to tell me about yourself and talk about old memories. Are you in trouble? Do you need money? You're not a drug or an alcoholic, are you? Please don't tell me you're doing drugs. You know, I still care about you, but I have daughters and I can't handle anything more.
No, I'm okay. I don't want anything from you. I just stopped by to say hi. I'm sorry. I really care about you, even though I was a bad boyfriend. I know your family hates me for how I treated you, but I was happy to see you with Billy because he was a good guy. He always was a good guy. So since we just talked, here's my cell number. If you want, call me sometime. I still care for you. I'm happy in love right now with this really special girl, and I want to help make your life easier. You're always in my heart. And here, take this envelope. Open it when I'm gone. You and the girls deserve better in life. Maybe what's inside will make you laugh again and smile. Before I go, by the way, are you still friends with Mike Penna? Does he still hang out at the Course Tavern? I'd like to see if I can catch him there tonight.
Mike still has been a good friend all these years. You know, he sold his grocery store and retired. If you get to Course Tavern within an hour, you will see him sitting at the bar. Bobby, thanks for stopping by. And be careful, because that tavern has changed since you used to go there. It's no longer a disco dance club.
I remember those days when I went to a disco dance clubs. You used to love to dance. Oh, we used to dance the night away, by the way. I will tell Mike you said hi.
Oh man, do I remember those disco days too. Back then, we had discos, clubs. There were so many. The Ledge, All Stars, JK's Talk of the Town, and of course, in New York City, Studio 54. Yeah, I never got a shot to go there, but whatever. What are you going to do? Seemed like every night of the week you could dress up in your favorite club wear, go to a disco, listen to the music, and dance. Disco music was easy and it was infectious. It had a great beat, easy to dance to. It's like I'm on, American Bandstand over here, but it really was. And the discos almost had a great nightlife scene too. Now, you do know that the term disco is short for discothèque, which is a French word for dance club. I took French in seventh grade, by the way. Disco music, it's up tempo, it's danceable rhythms, repetitive lyrics. There's some electronic, produced sounds. It has a whole conglomeration of like soul, funk, some gospel, some electronics, some dance and rhythm and blues. Holy smokes, what a time. What a time. Going into a disco was like walking into almost like a circus filled with nothing but colored flashing lights coming all at you. And the music, man, the music was loud and pumping and bumping, man. Tell you what, we loved it. I enjoyed it too, a lot. In fact, my first time I ever saw the beautiful love of my life was when I walked into one of the discos. The moment I stepped inside, I should say, there she was, right over there dancing on this huge dance platform, spinning around under it looked like a rainfall, a waterfall of dazzling colored lights. Just watching her dance, I knew she was it. She'd be my girl. What can I say? Love can be magical. You know what I mean? All right, enough of Uncle John's Wayback Machine stuff. Let's get back to the story. We joined Bobby, who's now on his way to see Mike Penna at Coors Tavern.
Bobby, is that you? I can't believe you're here. Sit down. Sit here. Have a drink. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry to hear about your mom's passing. She was a very good woman.
Yeah, Mike, that she was. Hey, Kathy Morris says hi, and I heard you sold the grocery store. I guess you're retired now. I suppose all those years of working long hours worked out for you.
Yeah, you'd think that, but that COVID-19 pandemic really hurt me. I financially couldn't survive. I had to sell. But those were the good old days when the neighborhood would all come into the store and the neighborhood old timers kept my grocery market alive.
Well, I remember that black book you always had by the cash register. Whenever my mom was short on cash, you just put the difference down in that book. I bet you had half the neighborhood in that book owing you money.
Well, after I sold the store, I burnt that book. Yeah, it was my way of saying thank you to all the local customers. And now, who would believe, at my age, I'm barely surviving. With all my medical bills and other expenses, I'm lucky to have enough money to buy myself a few drinks here tonight. Huh, isn't life funny?
Life is crazy. But Mike, you're really a good guy. You cared for your shoppers. And I didn't forget when my mom got sick, all those bags of groceries you sent us. I will never forget that. So I actually just stopped by to see you. I'm going to meet up with Jenny Smith at the diner. You know, the diner, the one on Route 46.
Janie? I remember Janie. I always wondered how she was doing. I heard she was sick. Someone told me she had the big C. I hope she's okay. She was always a great kid. As a matter of fact, I remember the two of you were childhood friends since kindergarten.
Yeah, Mike, you're right. She does have cancer. And we were still the best of friends and in love. We've been dating for a while, for a few years now. But Mike, before I go, here, take this envelope. Don't open it until I leave. It's something that my mom would really want me to give you. And Mike, from my heart, we all thank you for being there for us. Enjoy your life. My friend, goodbye. And I'll tell Jenny you said hi.
Bobby, you're finally here. Oh, I'm so hungry. I already ate an entire order of disco fries. The ones covered in brown gravy and melted cheese. It was so good. So, how did everything go? Did you see all of your neighborhood friends and give them your gift?
I did, Jenny. And I think all that money I gave each of them will improve their lives. At least it will make it financially easier for them.
Bobby, you're such a good man. More people should think about all of those people who helped them and pay them back. Having money only brings happiness, only if you can help others. And it's hard helping someone. It's so easy to look the other way and just think about yourself, but you have a good heart, that's for sure.
Jenny, I love you, but I really don't have a good heart. I just got lucky with that foolish crypto investment. If only people knew how much money I made, they would think I was a financial genius. But we both know I'm just a loser who got lucky.
Bobby, you're no loser. That's life. Some people get lucky and some don't. It's like when the doctor told me I had cancer. I cried for days asking why. I'm so young and healthy. You would expect to get this disease when you're much older. We could have done so many things now that we have all this money, like travel around the world. Now, all your money is worthless to me because I'm fighting to survive.
Jenny, stop talking like this. You're going to make me cry. Hospitals are filled with cancer patients, and they all have hope. You will survive this. You have to be strong.
I'm sorry, Bobby, for talking like this. It's been a hard day. It's not easy for me to have hope and faith. As my dad used to always say, a true problem in life is when money can't fix it. And all your money can't make me feel better. So after we eat tonight, you better not hand me that envelope because I won't take it. I've always been your childhood friend. I don't need your money. I need your love and friendship to help me through this fight. I need you, Bobby.
I know you need me. You have been there for me since kindergarten. I remember our teacher would only allow us to take 2 cookies and milk, and you always managed to take more cookies and give them to me. You remember how I always called you the Cookie Monster? And I passed all those school tests because you let me cheat off your answer sheet. If it wasn't for you, I never would have made it out of school. Oh, I truly love you. And I'm not going to give you an envelope with a big check in it. I'm going to ask you to marry me. Here's a diamond ring. It's the biggest one the jewelry store had. So I'm offering you my helping hand. I promise, if you say yes and marry me, I will be there for you day and night, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. We will live our dreams together, and we will fight this cancer together and win. I will be by your side forever.
And that's our show, folks. Wow. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And here's the thing, to watch all of our Helping Hand shows, visit our website, helpinghandshows.com. Again, helpinghandshows, plural.com. Also, you can listen to our shows on hamiltonradio.net. Again, hamiltonradio.net. Along with the shows, there's great music and all kinds of good stuff there, so check it out. And one more time, for those of you way in the back, don't forget our Helping Hand book is now available on the website on helpinghandshows.com. Again, don't forget it, because I don't know about you, but Easter crept up on me very quickly. Well, Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduations, both high school and college first, high school in June. You're going to need a gift. You're going to need a gift for moms, dads, and grads. That would be a great one. I'm telling you. Again, go to helpinghandshows.com and check it out. All right. Now, just as we know, just to wrap it up, Helping Hand was conceived and created, of course, by our friend Joel Emil, also the writer of this episode, of each and every episode, matter of fact. Now, here are the actors and the characters they played. Joel, of course, played Bobby Jones. Ryan Evans played Alex LeBron. Jennifer Service was Jenny Schmidt. Audrey Larson played Kathy Moores. And Steve Tobis was Mike Penna. Also, huge thanks, as always, to our pal Gino DiPiero of HamiltonRadio.net. He is our producer and recording engineer, of course. Again, thank you, Gino. And me, of course, I'm your Uncle John Thielon, your host and narrator here for Helping Hand. So, until next time, keep the faith, spread the good word around about being upbeat, positive, can-do, and of good cheer. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And don't give up. Don't ever give up. Our opportunities, folks, believe me when I say this, our opportunities for success, positivity, good fortune, love, and whatever else comes with it, those opportunities are right around the corner, closer than you think. We'll see you next time. So long.